So into the arena here at the National Gymnastics Arena in Baku, Azerbaijan, steps Solomon Adebayo, 27 years of age, from the bustling Nigerian metropolis of Lagos, brings to the ring a perfect professional record. 14 fights, 14 wins, 13 of them inside the distance, for a 93% KO ratio. And when you see the man's quads and lower body, you can see where that power comes from. Gets terrific leverage onto his punches as he prepares to fight for the first time outside the continent of Africa tonight. 13 of his 14 bouts have been in Nigeria. His 10th contest was in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. But a really compact, powerful, super heavyweight boxer, and he looks to extend the unbeaten start to his professional career here tonight. So Solomon Adebayo making his way over to the black corner ahead of his Champions Night debut.
Please welcome to the gold corner from Australia, Jackson Murray.
So into the arena steps another IBA Champions Night debutant, and that is Jackson Murray. Undefeated in the professional ranks, 6 fights, 6 wins, 4 of them coming inside the distance. Man who made his debut in 2021, having converted from the sport of rugby league, looking to continue to make an impression in the nascent stages of his professional career. Over the top rope in the manner of so many modern day towering super heavyweight figures, 6'7" or 2.01 meters tall. Super heavyweight bout between boxers of contrasting statures, both of whom pack a mighty punch.
Первым представляю боксера, стоящего слева от меня в черном углу ринга. Ему 27 лет, его рост 195 сантиметров, а вес 110 килограммов и 100 граммов. Его безупречный рекорд насчитывает 14 боев, 14 побед, 13 из них нокаутом. Он действующий чемпион Африки WBA в тяжелом весе и носит прозвище «Железный кулак». Introducing first, in the black corner, he stands 195 centimeters tall, official weight 110.1 kilograms. He has 14 fights, 14 wins, 13 big wins by knockout. WBA Africa heavyweight champion from Lagos, Nigeria, the hard-hitting Solomon Iron Fist Adebayo. Его сопернику в золотом углу ринга 29 лет, его рост 2 метра и 1 сантиметр, а вес 108 килограммов и 200 граммов. Двукратный чемпион Австралии среди любителей, не знающий поражений в профессионалах с рекордом 6 боев, 6 побед, 4 из них нокаутом. Он носит прозвище «Белый шоколад». Introducing across the ring in the gold corner, he stands 201 centimeters tall, official weight 108.2 kilograms. He's 2-time Australian national champion, unbeaten as a pro with a record of 6 fights, 6 wins, 4 big wins by knockout. From Sydney, Australia, Jackson White Chocolate Murray. Рефери поединка Валерий Пастухов, Молдова.
So there is the tail of the tape. Two towering super heavyweights preparing to go head to head. I think that weight is Jackson William Murray. Certainly not 180 kilograms, but he's a super heavyweight, possesses switch hitting skills and packs quite a punch. As we are underway, the first of 3 super heavyweight contests scheduled for this IBA Champions Night here in Baku. 2 unbeaten professionals going head to head. The man operating out of the orthodox stance, wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold, is Solomon Adebayo. Goes by the nickname Iron Fist, undefeated in 14 professional outings, winning all 14, 13 of them inside the distance. And his opponent, currently operating out of the southpaw stance, but he is an adept switch hitter, is Jackson Murray from Sydney in Australia. He, with a perfect record in 6 contests, 4 of them coming inside the distance, 4 of his wins coming in inside the distance, in a ledger of 6 wins out of 6. So one suspects, as is often the case when 2 big punchers share the boxing ring, a level of respect being exhibited between the other as a marauding attack sees Adebayo come forward behind arcing hooks, but nice movement off the ropes from Jackson Murray to get back to the space of center ring. That touchdown from Adebayo, not a knockdown but a slip, as the feet tangled together during his bull rush. Reaching for a right hand was Adebayo, who's rather telegraphing that left hook, but it's negated by the long-armed block defense, and that's a solid right hand landed by Adebayo, but Jackson Murray able to take some of the pop off it by spinning off the line, getting back to the space of ring center, as the 2 men fencing with their respective lead right hands. Adebayo reaching for that backhand once again, keeps the attack going after falling short with an attack which was started by a right hand lead. So Adebayo really seeking to set about his man, but he's being met by good footwork which is neutralizing his forward forays by Jackson Murray. So inside the final minutes of this opening round, Adebayo looking to be the aggressor, stalking his man. Jackson Murray just moving clockwise to his left out of that southpaw stance. Using that lead right jab as a range finder, but hasn't yet found a range with any consistency behind that as he reaches for a left cross out of the southpaw stance, but again was out of distance. Here came forward behind a reverse 1-2, left cross followed by a right jab, Jackson Murray. Throwing that combination on the move, as Solomon Adebayo spoken to about excessive holding. So there's a 10-second clapper as Solomon Adebayo looking to maraud his way forwards once again. First round in the book in our first of 3 super heavyweight contests here in Azerbaijan. Some of the action from that opening round. Effective defenses with the left glove from Jackson Murray to take some of the pop off that right hand thrown with bad intentions by Solomon Adebayo. And again, when you've got a knockout ratio like this man possesses, the modus operandi is quite simple. Set about your man and see whether he can withstand what you bring. Of course, it's more complex and nuanced than that. But Adebayo looking to continue his impressive KO streak. Ten first-round KOs secured by Solomon Adebayo. So Jackson Murray doing all. There's an overhand right which just causes Jackson Murray to back up as he continues to operate out of the southpaw stance, and a hard right hand followed by a left hook from Solomon Adebayo. Jackson Murray just spoken to about fending his man off with his elbow. He just looks to re-establish the gap between himself and his opponent and turn his attributes of greater height, length and reach into assets. Speaking with Jackson Murray. I said Jackson Williams because he's being billed as Jackson William Murray. All names being used during the course of his introductions and on his identifying graphic as well. But we're speaking to him before the contest here in Baku. He's telling me he didn't start boxing until he was 22 years of age. Former rugby league player, that's a big sport down in Australia. And while working on a construction site, had an injury which effectively crushed his right foot. When he tried to, or when he did return after rehab, found it very difficult to run in the rugby cleats, and so switched to the sport of boxing at 22 years of age, 18 amateur contests, winning 2 national titles. And since that time, well, he's been able to go full-time as a professional, stepped off the construction site, putting the tools down some 6 months ago, and has sparred with some of the top heavyweight operators in the world, as Solomon Adebayo reaching for an overhand right and then a swooping left hook, inaccurate with both of those attempted punches. But Jackson Murray has sparred with Alexander Usyk, who was briefly the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, is coming forward behind a attempted double jab, looking to unload the right hand of Solomon Adebayo, and now Jackson Murray turning the tables, looking to pin Adebayo in the gold corner on the far side of the ring. Left cross not too far away, but a counter right hand off the rope from Adebayo was a beautiful shot, followed by a left hand as well, perhaps seeking to draw Jackson Murray onto that punch to double up the impact. And again, in this division more than any other, concentration has to be absolute. All boxers 1 punch and 10 seconds away from oblivion, but never more so than in the super heavyweight ranks. Nice movement laterally to his right from Jackson Murray to cause that shot from Adebayo to be inaccurate. And now getting busy with the lead right stick is Jackson Murray. Active defense with the hands from Solomon Adebayo. Right hand followed by a cuffing left, fired in by Adebayo. As the feinting just on the edge of range from Jackson Murray. Operating behind a loose-limbed, low-held guard. Second round in the books of this super heavyweight encounter. Some of the action from that second round. There was a beautiful right hand off the ropes from Jackson Murray. Both men just inaccurate as Murray came forwards, looking to spear his man with straight shots. Solomon Adebayo finding the range with a left hook while he was square on the ropes. So into the third round then, Jackson Murray emerging to begin this round as a southpaw boxer once again. He's actually in camp with Murat Gassiev, former unified cruiserweight champion of the world. Was bested by Alexander Usyk when he became the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. I was ringside in Moscow that night to commentate on that undisputed contest, as I was for many of Murat Gassiev's and indeed Alexander Usyk's bouts, as they ran the gauntlet through the World Boxing Super Series for the Muhammad Ali Trophy. But that is who Jackson Murray is in camp with at present. Right hook fired in by Solomon Adebayo, just rendered inaccurate by the layback employed by Jackson Murray. And irrespective of the outcome of this contest, he's returning to Russia to get back in camp to give Murat Gassiev some work. Gassiev, like Alexander Usyk, has since moved up from the cruiserweight division, now competing as a heavyweight. So minute and change gone in this third round as Jackson Murray shooting out a jab. Oh, and there's a nice check right hand. Landed as was able to spin off the line. Here's a right hand over the top, landed from Adebayo. Jackson Murray took it well, spins out of the corner, gets back to the space of center ring, but can he begin to establish that trip hammer right jab and keep the advancing Adebayo at bay? Adebayo loading up on a right hand, didn't fully commit to it, but didn't find a target either, as now Adebayo operating behind a half cover guard. Attempted offensive onslaught from Jackson Murray, not quite accurate as he darts out the jab as the two men fencing with the lead hands. As Adebayo creeping forward, counter left hand attempted off the ropes from Jackson Murray, spins back nicely to the space of center ring. But after making his man miss, can he make him pay? Single jab shot out from around his belt line, trebled it up that time, and the final jab did get through from Jackson Murray. And that's what I was about to suggest for both of these boxers, as the first jab blocked, doubling it up. See Jackson Murray get through with a southpaw left, as Adebayo just content to retreat to the ropes and then spin off the line to his left. But with the single shots often being negated, evaded or blocked, which one of these boxers will seize the initiative, grab this contest by the scruff of the neck, make it a double or treble phase attack, and see if they can have success with the second or third phase of attack? Always risky, of course, in this division more than any other. Lead right hook attempted, followed by a southpaw left from Jackson Murray. Not quite able to find the mark. So closing seconds of this round. Left hand sought by Solomon Adebayo. As we are now at the halfway stage. So some of the action from that previous round. So into the second half of this bout we go. Despite his thunderous knockout ratio, as Adebayo on the front foot, and then he is turning in a double phase of attack and just put Jackson Murray on the end of the final right cross. But despite stopping 13 of his 14 opponents inside the distance, including 10 first round KOs, this isn't new territory for Solomon Adebayo, because he has been at 8-round distance in the one contest where his opponent heard the final bell, prevailing over 8 rounds in his 12th contest in May of last year. So it's Murray on the front foot, looking to pin Adebayo in the neutral corner just above it. That's a beautiful counter left hand, catching iron fist Adebayo as he came out of the neutral corner, walked him right onto the left hook, landed with a bent arm, but then Adebayo goes in search of his get back and lands a terrific right hand, which just dipped Jackson Murray at the knees. He claims his man beneath his armpits, holds on, walks himself out of the goal corner, just allows his head to clear, and now the two men shaping up on the edge of range once again. Action-packed interlude in this 4th round in our first of 3 super heavyweight contests here in Azerbaijan. So Jackson Murray just clearing his nostrils. Here's a looping left hand landed by Adebayo, and it just stiffened the legs of Jackson Murray once again. Jackson Murray claiming his man as he bull rushes him against the ropes over at the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. So beyond the halfway stage of this 4th round, both men have enjoyed some potent punch successes here in this particular frame. Good right hand landed to the body from Solomon Adebayo. There he follows up with an exploratory jab downstairs, keeps the attack going, but lost his balance as he attempted the final shot. Tied up and spun around once again by Jackson Murray. Closing 50 seconds of this stanza. Jackson Murray with his half-cover guard, hand around his torso, chin tucked behind that southpaw left glove. Adebayo reaching for the right hand by stepping to his left as the fencing continues with the lead jabs. An expectant hum around the National Gymnastics arena, because again, both of these men possess single shot fight-ending power. There's a nice sharp right jab from Jackson Murray. Looked to follow it up but couldn't quite find the range. Left hook out of the corner from Solomon Adebayo, just playing with that mouthpiece, pushing it out momentarily. Is he feeling the pace in the closing stages of this fourth round? Comes forward behind a two-fisted salvo once again. Fourth round in the books. Saw Jackson Murray clearing his nostril during the course of that previous round, and one wonders whether he has sustained nose damage during the course of this contest. His corner team working on it in between rounds 4 and 5.
Seconds out. Пятый раунд. Round 5.
So into the fifth round of this super heavyweight contest, scheduled for 8. Out sharply behind a lead southpaw right jab is Jackson Murray, just looking to get up on his toes now as he moves counterclockwise to his right, away from the big right hand of Solomon Iron Fist Adebayo, but he couldn't avoid that one as Adebayo springs into life with that right hand lead and just found the bearded chin of Jackson Murray. Adebayo looking to continue the attack. Jackson Murray lands a nudging right hand on the inside as he looks to fend his man off with the arm bar at close range. Perhaps more into the wheelhouse of Solomon Adebayo, who weighed in at 110 kilograms out of that 1.95 meter frame. Really solid citizen up at super heavyweight. As Jackson Murray continuing to demonstrate good lateral movement to his right, as the saber rattling continues with the lead hands once more. Nice scoring shot. Adebayo just a little bit off balance as he attempted to counter. Looked to launch a counter attack, but Jackson Murray had ghosted away just as he did there by engaging reverse gear. Beautiful 1-2 off twinkle-toed movement from Jackson Murray, able to spin on the inside and just create angles for that two-shot success. Reverse 1-2 once again, followed by a southpaw left hand from Jackson Murray, who is boxing beautifully and he's using movement to terrific effect as he flicks out a sharp right jab from his belt line. Now he's bobbing and weaving from the waist, causing Solomon Adebayo just to be inaccurate with his straight shots. Adebayo reaching for a single jab, but it's again negated by good head movement from Jackson Murray. Jackson Murray then parrying effectively, knocking down the lead left jab of Solomon Adebayo, who then tries to Euro step his way into range, almost like Deontay Wilder. Remember when he took out Bermain Stavern? After he knocked him down in the rematch, Euro stepped his way across the ring and unleashed all hell before sending Bermain Stavern slumped into the canvas to end the contest inside the distance. He then put the referee on his back in such a demonstration of controlled fury. Counter left, right, left, followed by another straight shot out of the southpaw stance with the left hand from Jackson Murray, who's producing his best round of the contest so far. He's warmed into it, he's moving effectively, and that movement has just seemed to bamboozle Solomon Adebayo a little bit. We suggested in the previous round, as they test the tension of the strands just above our commentary position, Solomon Adebayo was playing with his mouthpiece, pushing it out. That's often a sign of a fighter who is just seeking to get more oxygen into his lungs. But Jackson Murray has moved really effectively here in round number 5 as he lands another southpaw left, followed by another one, backing up Solomon Adebayo. And Solomon Adebayo counters with a right hand on the bell. as the contest exploding into life. Two-way action because it was Solomon Adebayo who had the final word. But prior to that, Jackson Murray boxing beautifully, sticking and moving as he was able to move around his opponents and score effectively during the course of round number 5.
Seconds out. Шестой раунд. Round 6.
So to the 6th round we go. Solomon Adebayo setting about his man behind that reverse 1-2. The right hand came first, followed by a left jab. Jackson Murray momentarily tied up on the ropes. But Solomon Adebayo, he and his team will know that Jackson Murray enjoyed a very good 5th round. So like the competitor he has come out strong in search of his get back. The left hand not too far away from Adebayo. But again, Jackson Murray able to spin off the line and take himself from the edge of ring center back to the space of center ring. Inaccurate with his own shot, as was Solomon Adebayo with the counter, and Jackson Murray digging away with his southpaw left downstairs. Solomon Adebayo, he gets himself out of the corner back to the space of the boxing ring, but was inaccurate with his attempted follow-up attack. That's a solid right hand landed by Solomon Adebayo. And another left jab, and another left jab, as Solomon Adebayo quickening his feet, backing up Jackson Murray across the boxing ring, momentarily inconveniencing the man from Sydney. Solomon Adebayo goes by the nickname of Iron Fist, and there he lands a solid right cross, which gets the attention of Jackson Murray, who just buys himself some time by initiating a clinch before disengaging and getting his man back beyond punching range. So Solomon Adebayo, as mentioned, goes by the nickname of Iron Fist, continuing to operate behind that half-cover guard, a latter-day George Foreman. I say latter-day, the George Foreman in the second half of his career, who returned to the ring after his 10-year layoff, after his religious experience when being best outpointed by Jimmy Young in San Juan, Puerto Rico in 1976. And now Jackson Murray back with his legs beneath him, looking to back up his man with his presence and his forward pressure in the ring. He goes by the nickname of White Chocolate, self-proclaimed White Chocolate, that a nickname that he shares with Jason Williams, former outstanding point guard in the NBA from the 90s and turn of the century. Said that it was a nickname bestowed upon him when he spent time training in America ahead of his United States debut last year, as Adebayo gets through with a stiff left jab. The second left jab parried by the defenses of Murray, who came through with a good southpaw left of his own. Exploratory jab to the body from Adebayo. Blocked once again by Murray, who's looking to get onto the front foot and back up the man from Lagos. Stepping out of the corner with a single jab is Adebayo. Then he doubled up the jab, and the second one perhaps did get through after the first was seemingly defended effectively by Jackson Murray. Jackson Murray looking for a counter southpaw left, but the two big super heavyweights find their torsos colliding after their offense was inaccurate. So left-right short of the mark from Adebayo, closing seconds of this 6th round. And another round fought at a terrific clip. Some of the action here was a really strong right cross landed by Solomon Adebayo in the early stages of the round, keeping his wits about him and able to avoid the follow-up attack was Jackson Murray. Then it was clipped by another left hand, and then as he sought to retreat, right and left drove him back across the ring.
Seconds out. round 7.
So as the timekeeper announces round 7, this represents brand new territory in the professional career of Jackson Murray. It's been a 6-round distance on his last 2 outings in September and November of last year. But hearing the man call round 7 for the first time as a pro, there's a nice scoring left jab from Solomon Adebayo. Came forward behind a right cross, but Jackson Murray able to back up and render the attempted offense to fall short. Heads coming together on the inside, as is often the case between southpaw and orthodox boxers. So both men continuing to circle one another on the edge of range. Jackson Murray just backing his man up, rather telegraphed that left hook, did Solomon Adebayo, easily evaded by Jackson Murray, who then goes in search of a counter 1-2. The southpaw left cross came first, but Solomon Adebayo rendering those 2 punches inaccurate. So Solomon Adebayo just feinting. Hands held high now by Jackson Murray as he sought to play counter puncher, but his southpaw left was off the mark. Scoring left jab off the back foot from Solomon Adebayo. Then he got through with a glancing right cross. Can Jackson Murray return to the sticking and moving that he demonstrated so effectively in round number 5? He's over the front foot once again, looking to back up Solomon Adebayo to his own corner and getting through with straight shots, encouraged by his corner. Reaching for a scoring jab to the body is Solomon Adebayo, as again looking to dominate the space of center ring as the heads come together in the battle between orthodox and southpaw once more. But Jackson Murray just looking to get over that front foot once again. Just beyond the halfway stage of this penultimate round, what has been a dynamic super heavyweight contest between 2 knockout artists who find the opponent standing in front of them. Left jab while going walkabout, thrusted out by Solomon Adebayo, then a scoring right cross to the body. He's got his boxing stance back beneath him, finding himself confined near his own corner. Beautiful jab, and then a right hand and a tangle of legs. Sends Adebayo in between the ropes. No knockdown, the legs tangled up. But it seemed to me as though a shot was landed during the course of that trip to the canvas by Solomon Adebayo. Oh, that's a beautiful counter left hand from Jackson Murray. But then a leaping left hook landed twice in quick succession from Adebayo. Countered by a left cross once again, and another one from Jackson Murray. Terrific 2-way action in the penultimate round of this super heavyweight clash. Big swing and a miss with the left hook from Solomon Adebayo, courtesy of good movement in the pocket from Jackson Murray. Nice scoring right jab from Jackson Murray. Closing seconds of this round. Nice defense with the glove from Jackson Murray to parry the jab of Solomon Adebayo once again. Another very good round of competitive boxing. And this one very close with 3 minutes remaining. At least that's how I have it on my scorecard. Some of the action from round number 7. So this is where the legs got tangled up in a battle between orthodox and southpaw. The referee, Mr. Anop, Mr. Valery Pashtuhov, perfectly placed and ruling it was a slip rather than a punch, which sent the man from Nigeria through the ropes.
The final round.
So into the 8th and final round then, and a stiff right hand landed out of that southpaw stance from Jackson Murray in a super heavyweight contest that has been very competitive and dynamic thus far. So Jackson Murray over that front foot, incrementally creeping his way forward, looking for a counter right hand was Solomon Adebayo, but it went over the left shoulder of the advancing Jackson Murray. And now the 2 men saber rattling with the jabs once again. And now it's, oh, what a solid right hand landed by Solomon Adebayo. but showing terrific toughness and punch resistance is Jackson Murray, because he took it flush but barely blinked, retained his boxing stance, and is now circling counterclockwise once again. But that a howitzer of a right hand landed by Solomon Adebayo, perhaps the most solid shot of the entire contest, but from this vaunted KO artist, perhaps surprised to see that Jackson Murray remained on his feet. Counter right hand, catches the advancing Solomon Adebayo and sends him to the canvas. Again, perhaps the legs did tangle in the contest between Orthodox and Southpaw boxer. But again, Mr. Valery Pastuhov of Moldova ruling it a slip. Arcing left hook followed by a right cross fired in by Adebayo, but inaccurate. As Jackson Murray looking to re-establish that southpaw right jab, as the two men just circling in the space of center ring. Adebayo playing with that mouthpiece once again. Is he feeling the pace deep into this contest scheduled for 8? Minute remaining in this super heavyweight encounter. Oh my goodness, that was a rather ponderous right hand fired out by Adebayo, and that's why it was countered by a scoring southpaw left over the top from Jackson Murray. Perhaps fortunately he wasn't made to pay a heavy price, because that one came via second-class delivery from Solomon Adebayo, and he was picked off with a point-scoring shot from the man from Sydney. Closing 30 seconds of this final round. As edging forwards, bobbing and weaving while doing so, is Jackson Murray, looking to back his man towards his own corner. Solomon Adebayo will know where he is in the boxing ring as he reaches for a right cross, couldn't find a range. Jackson Murray's attempted counter, not quite on the mark. But both men maintaining the pace during what has been a really entertaining super heavyweight contest. It's been competitive as well. Big swing and a miss with a southpaw left uppercut twice in quick succession from Jackson Murray, but not able to find the range on any of his attempted left uppercuts. And wonderful to see that respect between the two. Both men experiencing something of a rarity, and that is hearing the final bell. Now, I've got this very close indeed. After 8 3-minute rounds of boxing, I wouldn't be surprised if a verdict of a draw was returned here. But what say the 3 scoring judges? There was a terrific contest. It was a terrific contest, and a really solid right cross landed in that final round by Solomon Adebayo. And given his KO ratio of 13 knockouts in his 14 victories, I suspect when he's landed that right cross previously, contests have reached an early conclusion. But Jackson Murray took it well and ended the contest with some accurate jabbing and high activity. So which way is this one going to go? Terrific contest in our 5th bout of the evening here at the National Gymnastics Arena in Baku. Both boxers will be no doubt replaying the contest in their minds as we await the verdict. I can tell you that our MC, Mr. Alexander Sadokov, just making his way from his position ringside to the steps at the neutral corner on the far side of the ring, meaning that he is in possession of the scores and will be delivering the announcement shortly.
Итак, дамы и господа, прежде чем мы узнаем имя победителя, ваши аплодисменты обоим боксерам за этот яркий бой. Итак, после 8 раундов поединка мнения судей разделились. Таким образом, раздельным решением судей. And your winner by split decision from the gold corner,
And it is Jackson Murray declared a split decision victor at the conclusion of a very competitive super heavyweight encounter indeed. Solomon Adebayo, crestfallen at the announcement of the decision, sinking to his knees on the canvas in disappointment at the verdict. But it was a very close encounter where both men enjoyed success, and it's a split decision verdict in favor of Jackson Murray. Well, that was so close, so competitive, and so entertaining. I, for one, wouldn't mind seeing that again on an IBA Champions Night stage in the near future. But here and now in Baku, Azerbaijan, it is Jackson Murray who has prevailed on a split decision verdict, and Solomon Adebayo experiencing defeat for the first time, having won his previous 14 contests out of 14, 13 of them coming by the short route. And again, he's continuing to reconcile this verdict in his mind, but the respect between the two absolute. A terrific contest in the first of 3 super heavyweight bouts here tonight. And it is Jackson Murray who has made a successful IBA Champions Night debut. But again, the manner in which both of them performed, surely they have earned an invitation to future Champions Night events. Solomon Adebayo landed some heavy shots during the course of the contest. Jackson Murray, in his good portions of the bout, displayed wonderful sticking and moving. 2 tall super heavyweights with contrasting skill sets, and each of them were able to utilize them at various portions of the bout. But when the scores were tallied and the verdict announced, it was that man, Jackson Murray, who was declared a split decision victor, and having been so close